You know, I've got £400 to spend on food this week. Do you want to come around for dinner? Yes, let's come around for dinner. Oh, thank you, that's delicious. Yeah. All the world is a stage, and the men and women on it merely players, or in a housemate's case, puppeteers. And with 24 hours to go till the big performance, the rehearsals are well underway. We are buying or selling preview tickets. Buying or selling preview tickets. Because, my friends, it's July the 3rd, it's day 41, and this is Big Brother's Little Brother. Hi, how are you? This is Big Brother's Little Brother. Hope you're all very well. We've got a barnstormer of a show today, and we kick off, as we always kick off, with Little Brother's big news. Nice touch. OK, preparations well underway for tomorrow night's premiere, as I say in the United States of America, of the Housemates puppet show. However, not everyone is happy with the way they're being represented. Take a look.
Don't believe what you made me do to my nose.
Jade, it looks better now than it did before. I didn't have any
Look at the colour.
Paint over it with the original colour then.
There's no original colour.
This is the original colour. It was exactly the same.
No, this is a different colour to that. Can you not see?
Jade, as you can see, they're furious with the portrayal of her nose. Now, whilst the poor side slaved over the puppet making, Tim spent an extraordinary 10 minutes in the mirror arranging his ever-lightening hair. 3 different combs, 2 different hair products, and later it looked, as you can see, unbelievably different. It's like a different guy. Perhaps Hugh Grant has entered the room. More about Tim's hair later on in Ginger Watch, as it's called in France. And temperatures were cool this morning with a series of very cold showers, but it appears that not all the housemates are thrilled with the Forsyth facility. Take a look.
Wait! Oh, my goodness! Oh! Just do it, just do it, just do it, just do it!
As you can see there, Kate reenacting one of the famous scenes from Psycho. And indeed, ladies and gentlemen, that was Little Brother's big news. Nice sting. OK, today we're offering you the chance to put your questions to Big Brother Chief Helen Hawken. She's here at the end of the show to take your calls. Anything you want to ask about the system, how Big Brother works, about how tough they are or how lenient they are, to give us a call. You know the numbers, just in case you don't hear they are. If you'd like to call us at Big Brother's Little Brother, then phone 09011 call BBLB. That's 09011 2255 Or you can email us. The address is bblb@channel4.com, bblb@channel4.com. Or you can text us. Just stick the word studio at the start of your message and send it to the Big Brother text number 83188. Back with us is ex-housemate Sophie and Big Brother obsessive Aled Jones. No jokers, please. Or BB Aled, as is known to listeners of the Chris Moore show, who owns him, doesn't he?
He does.
Indeed. True. OK, welcome to the show, guys. Firstly, Aled, how is your life as a Big Brother correspondent? What does it entail?
Well, I have no life now, actually. It involves watching E4 day and night.
Yes, you're a demographic.
Thank you very much. It involves watching the website, talking to Big Brother press and all that kind of stuff day and night, then going on air with Chris every afternoon
just
at 5.
Just getting slayed.
And just talking about it, yeah.
OK, what's been the best thing about Big Brother so far for you this year?
For me, it's been the bitching side of it all. It's been the fact that the first year was all about you know, the nasty Nick incident. The second year was about the Helen and Paul love interest. And this year, it's just been all bitching. They've been teaching the nation how to bitch.
They have gone crazy, haven't they, when it comes to bitching. There's been, this year, I think, more than any year, it's been best known for its backstabbing. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why.
Sophie and Kate are getting pearly, so watch what you say.
Jesus, like...
I've put myself in this again. We obviously found out that she's been talking to people.
I don't know. I thought it was a group decision.
I'm a bitch, I'm a lover, I'm a child, I'm a mother, I'm a sinner, I'm a saint. I did not feel...
Every sentence will finish in
Bird. Babe.
babe.
She'll say one thing to one person,
Like a people with her. All she does is like that.
And say something else to the other person.
She's not pretty.
Bit two-faced at times.
Jade is just the dumbest person I've ever met in my life.
I hate people like that, you know.
She's really, really...
Rude, to be honest.
He's just a that's it. I just don't like him.
He's the only person that I've had an issue with.
But let's be fair, the place is for us to bitch. I always bitch.
In my mind, I know who's not going to be here on Saturday.
Okay, so in both your opinions, who do you think's the worst?
Wow. Well, that's the thing. All the ones that are left in there, they're all bitchy. They can all bitch now. Even new boy Tim would be quite dangerous if he wasn't so straight. It's like to be in a corgi trouser press or something. But I think the bitchiest of all, I'd say, is Adele.
Now, I just want to stress that, of course, essentially, we're all like that. I mean, you know, we're not catty and so forth, but we're, you know, it's human nature to find other people slightly irritating and so forth. But it's obviously the heightened surroundings they're in. But who did you pick out as the worst when you were in there?
When I was in there, I had no clue until I've come out. But I would say, I think the public would say it'd be Adele, because she seems to plant the seeds and everyone else carry on with it. She's very sly in what she does. But I personally would think it's, everyone else would think Adele as well.
Okay,
They're
cool.
talking about Jade being the bitchiest, but she's just being honest. She's
Yeah.
being open to people. You know, she's saying to them, "I don't like you, I don't like you, I don't like him." Stuff. Adele seems to have an agenda behind it. You know, she'll start bitching to people about other people with an agenda in mind.
I think the
which is
thing
much
about
worse.
this year is the fact that they don't seem to have bonded as a group. There's just people have just
Gone
seemed
to
to have
their
paired,
own,
paired
yeah.
off and so forth. And it'll be very interesting to see when they come out, because there's always all these kind of reunions that.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Oh, I imagine. Keep the cutlery away from her, everyone. Okay, now, were you both pleased in the whole bitchiness stakes to see? Are you happy to see the divide stay up last weekend?
Yes, because Tim's on his own.
Okay.
Big bonus, that one. But I kind of watched the House as a correspondent and as a fan. And as a correspondent, it's great because, you know, they will bitch. If they split up, they'll start talking, there'll be jealousy, there'll be happiness, which side they're on, all that kind of stuff. But as a fan, I think we all just want the housemates to get on a little bit, you know. We want a little bit of happiness in there. So in that respect, I'd like the divide to go.
Well, I've got it official that the divide's actually coming down Saturday.
Okay.
Did anyone else know that? I think someone just said it in my ear. I don't know.
No, I
someone,
thought they were going to do a task, but a task so that it would...
You said too much.
All right.
There are snipers trained.
Sorry, I've just...
George Lucas staged for nothing. You have to one thing about having got all Star Wars, they can take you out like that.
Right.
Okay. Now, I've got a bit of an exclusive for you here today. This is one of the only existing copies of an album called Regan. Now, got that on shot there. Do you recognise any of these guys? Just see it there? Well, indeed, the one on the right, because it is indeed, it's Johnny's band. It's here, and here for you is the first play of a song written and performed by Johnny called, awesomely enough, Road of Destiny, and a video made by us.
One day I had a dream, it was right for me. I knew that there was something out there I just couldn't quite see. If only I could just reach out, 'cause it was there to touch. But what I couldn't get over, how I tried so much. Oh, we've really made it.
World exclusive of Regan's Road of Destiny. A lot of the other tracks on here, I mean, most of them are covers, but we've got rock DJ Tell Me Ma. Tell Me Ma, that sounds like a good old-fashioned Geordie song, doesn't it? He's done a cover of Danny Wilson's Mary's Prayer, which is very interesting. But I'd love, if Susie or David, who are the other two members of the band, are watching, please give us a call, or even come on the show. Maybe when Johnny comes out, you can do an acoustic number right now for us. Do you think, even though obviously you have no sway over the playlist whatsoever, do you think Moulsey could play that for us?
Do you know, I think that would be Radio on A-list. Do you know,
Yeah.
I think Chris Moles would go mental for it.
So, would you buy it? You're a big Johnny fan.
I'm a Johnny fan, but no offence to Johnny, but I wouldn't buy it.
Are you in sale?
I could. I'm really sorry. I love Johnny to death, but I wouldn't buy it.
That's better than Jimmy Nail. What are you
Yeah,
talking
I don't
about?
buy Jimmy Nail either.
OK, guys, just very briefly, 4 people up for eviction this weekend. Who's going to go?
Adele.
We're working hard. It's going to be Adele, hopefully.
You're working to make it Adele.
Oh, it has to be Adele. I think people...
I simply can't condone such behaviour. They have to decide.
Jade's more... She's something to watch. Even though people don't like her, she's someone to watch, and you know, she's entertaining in a way. And Adele, she's just very sly. So I
And
think
who are the listeners voting for at the moment?
Well, they get annoyed by Jade, see, so they jump for that Jade button or they'll jump for that phone number. But that's what we're doing. We're trying to educate them, saying, no, it'll be better if she stays in. Adele's actually bitchier. Get her out this week.
Let the kids decide. Don't be brainwashing them.
We're not brainwashing, we're helping them decide. say. It's
Okay.
a difference.
Guys, thank you very much for coming on. I enjoyed talking to you both very much. OK, now 4 of the greatest characters in Big Brother are fighting to stay in the house this Friday. Each of them has made us laugh out loud over the last 6 weeks, but who has given us the funniest moment? Today, we want you to vote for your favourite clip. Here are the options. If you want to see Kate's drunken comedy fall, give us a call on 09011 161 601. If you'd like to see Adele strip for Lee's birthday, he gads, I hear you shout at home, then give us a call on 09011 161 602. If you'd like to see Johnny's famous dance routine, I don't know if it's patented through the band Regan, it might be, then give us a call on 09011 161 603. And, of course, the favourite. If you want to see Jade's Veruca moment all over again in 30 seconds of pure celluloid glory, then give us a call on 09011 161 604. The lines will be open for the next 10 minutes only, and your favourite will be played at the end of the show. All that's coming up right after a wonderful break. See you in a minute. Welcome back to Big Brother's Little Brother. I hate to be severe, but I have to be because it's T minus 4 days till G-Day. And this, my friends, is Ginger Watch. This is how Tim's hair was looking this morning. As you can see there, there's the thoroughbred, the stallion, throwing himself in the stables, just about to go and eat some oats. But there he goes. There, looking absolutely gorgeous. A little quick look there, see if the camera's going to follow him. No, they're not. Wonderful. Yes, he is a beautiful beast. Now, there's still a debate about the extent of Tim's gingerness, but today we get closer to the truth with some exclusive family photographs. This is Tim at the tender age of 3. As you can see, his hair most definitely blonde with tinges of strawberry. A gorgeous child with very curly locks. We move on a couple of years later. Tim in the foreground here. We're not entirely sure where this is. It could be some street party for maybe Charles and Diana's wedding. Who's to know? That's not confirmed. But as you can see, there's a distinct darkening in the hair colour, a tinge of ginger beginning to appear. You're asking a question that we're asking, ladies and gentlemen. How do we get these pictures with a colossal supergraph? A supergraph in the form of Tim's dad, Neil, who should be on the phone now. Hello, Neil.
Hello, Dermot.
How are you? You well?
I'm very well indeed, thank you.
Thank you very much for coming on Ginger Watch. How would you describe the natural colour of Tim's hair?
Well, when I last saw it a couple of years ago as natural, I would say it was a brown with quite a few hints of auburn in it.
Interesting. And yourself? I mean, do you think he takes after you in the old hair stakes?
Not quite as bright as I am. I was never carrot, I was always auburn. And Tim didn't get quite as much auburn as I have, or I have then.
However, to be fair now, Neil, I don't believe you've been dyeing that, though. Am I right or am I right?
I have not been dyeing mine, that's for sure.
Exactly. Now, when do you believe he started dyeing his hair, if indeed he is dyeing his hair?
Well, I think he decided he'd rather have a darker shader when he was about 17 or so at Malvern College.
OK. But you don't think this is trying to rebel against his old fella, do you?
No, I don't think so.
OK, brilliant, Neil. Thank you very much. Certainly
You're more than welcome.
Appreciate talking to you today, bringing you more of those exclusive photographs as G-Day approaches. OK, but right now there are 4 housemates up for eviction. Who will go? Only you and 50 million others will decide. Here's the numbers to find out how you can win. This week there are 4 people in line for eviction. To vote for Adele, dial 09011 154407 or text Vote Adele to 83188. To vote for Jade, dial 09011 154409 or text Vote Jade to 83188. To vote for Johnny, dial 09011 154402 or text Vote Johnny to 83188. And to vote for Kate, dial 09011 154410 or text Vote Kate to 83188. Calls cost 25p and lines close at 8:35 on Friday. All right, here at BBLB, we like to make sure we cross our T's and we dot our I's. But what does that say about us? The lady who would know is graphologist to the stars, Emma Bates. Hello, Emma. How are you? Thank you very much for coming on the show. OK, how much do you claim to be able to tell from a person's handwriting?
Well, I can tell absolutely everything.
High five. You rule. OK, and which esteemed names do you have on that client list of yours?
Oh, Rupert Murdoch, Richard Branson, Leon Britton, the list is endless.
Leon Britton? What's he like?
He's a very nice man, highly intelligent.
Yeah.
I like
Eats a lot, though, doesn't he?
Not as much as he used to.
OK, sorry. I'm obsessed by politics, beg your pardon. OK, so, now, each of the housemates wrote down the same sentence for us before entering the house. Let's see what you can make of them. We move over here. OK, first up we have Adele and Alex's handwriting together, Emma. Now, from what you tell here, do they make a good couple and how do they make a good couple?
Well, they're very, very different. The This is Alex's handwriting up here, right?
I believe that's
Is
Adele, is
no,
that right?
Okay, is that Adele? Alex over here is very much a control freak. He keeps his emotions very much to
This
himself.
is Alex right here,
Yeah,
yeah.
he
Yeah.
keeps his emotions very much to himself. He's got a very vertical handwriting, so that's an indication that his emotions aren't shown. There's a big, big mothering instinct. He is indeed the mother of the house, and I think if they lost him, they'd be in trouble because everyone needs him.
What do you make of the top there, in your
Right,
opinion?
Adele is a different kettle of fish altogether. She runs very much with the hares and the hounds. She's a big bitch, and she knows absolutely what she wants in life. It's very, very joined up, which means that she's got a very logical way of thinking. She's out to win, definitely.
Wow.
She's more emotional than Alex, but I think under these circumstances she's going to keep that fairly well hidden.
Are these two well suited, from what you can tell, in your opinion?
They're well suited in that they're both incredibly ambitious. I think they'll understand each other, but I think the competitive edge will cause ruction sooner or later.
OK, next up we've got Jade. Now, there's a debate going on in the country as whether Jade is more intelligent than some people give her credit for. Judging by this, in your opinion, what do you think?
She's very, very stupid.
Really?
Yeah, I'm afraid she is.
Why do you say that?
It's everything about the handwriting altogether. It's very, very squashed. Can you see here that there's practically no upper zone at all? The T is the same level of the O and the U. There's absolutely
But how do we tell
no
that from
intellect.
handwriting?
Well, there's no intellect whatsoever, I'm afraid.
How do we know, though?
Well, because I've trained and I know what I'm talking about. There's a little bit of angularity here. She could lose her temper on occasion, but she's the sort of person who just says what she feels.
What about that eye with a little bubble over the top of it? What does that tell us?
That's a sense of humour, sign of immaturity.
I like that.
Yeah, I like it too.
Cool. OK, next up we should have Johnny. Now,
Right.
this to me says rock star right here. You saw it on the show earlier on. A lot of people in the house seem to be finding him irritating for no particular reason. Can you shine any light on this, in your opinion, judging by this?
He could be extremely irritating because he desperately wants to be liked by everybody.
Why? How do you know?
There's a very, very consistent slant here, which means that his emotions are consistent, but he's very, very conservative. Can you see the rounded tops of the M's?
Yeah.
He is not going to rock the boat. He just wants to be liked by everybody, which is it makes him difficult. He's hard work because he never really shows what he's feeling.
OK, and finally, you can tell us from the last handwriting, we should have Tim's here. Now, can you tell, because you seem to be able to, whether the person that wrote this has got ginger hair?
Oh, absolutely. No, of course I can't. Probably...
You're giving me some amazing insights today, so it wouldn't surprise me. What can you tell from this, in your opinion?
He's very arrogant. He's very conceited.
How do we know?
He's got the very, very long lower zone here. He's interested in himself. He's interested in his own body. With the ginger hair, I'd need to see his pubic hair to be absolutely certain, but it's...
Now, bearing in mind, now one thing I've picked up on this, and you know I'm talking from a total layman's perspective, but he's treating these E's here and here with an almost shoddy contempt. What does that tell us? Look at the E, there's hardly anything
Well, there's quite a bit here, actually. It's his E's are fine. It's just...
Oh.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
No, they're not too filled in. But he wants to be noticed. He wants to be noticed.
OK. Emma, thank you very much for those
at all.
brilliantly direct points, I have to say.
Fine.
OK, now, throughout the show, you've been voting for your thousands to nominate your favourite clip, and the winner is, drumroll, an outsider came from nowhere, 25-1. It's Kate's Fall. Here it is.
Steve.
Enjoying a 50.7% of the vote share. That was indeed Kate's Drunken Fall, the most popular comedy clip so far. Helen Hawking, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting me.
We're in a kind of question time style, opening you up to the watching public. OK, first of all, a couple of questions we want to ask you. How have the housemates been getting on with their puppetry task?
They seem to be really enjoying it, actually. Alex has been a bit quiet all day. He was up very, very early in the morning trying to perfect his Sandy puppet. I think he sort of feels he owes it to Sandy to make a really good puppet for him.
OK. Now, they've put on a good enough show. What are you going to reward them with? And how are they going to be marked?
Well, there are certain criteria. The show has to be between 5 and 7 minutes long. Everyone has to, take a part in it, say a line. Everyone has to man a couple of puppets, and they can't do themselves. And we'll give them some games, a sort of games evening.
I suggested yesterday to one of your fine producers, I believe it was Melanie, getting an independent adjudicator in, such as Keith Harris, or perhaps the man who used to be the puppeteer in Heidi High. Has that been thrown by the wayside?
It's a very good idea. Maybe some other time.
One team, one dream here, Ellen, all right. OK, now, was it a surprise to have 4 people up for eviction this week? Surely it must have been a massive surprise.
It was a surprise. I think one of the things this year we've really noticed is that we never know from one week to the next who's going to be up for eviction, and I think that makes it really exciting, so it's great. OK, cool. Now, we've got an email here.
Why are Alex and Adele continually allowed to get away with influencing nominations? Adele and Alex have systematically gone from person to person bad-mouthing Jade, which I'm sure has contributed to their nomination, but they're getting away with it. I thought Big Brother was getting tougher, but it didn't allow Nasty Nick to get away with this. That's from Irene Bird. Now, we're just about to open up the phone lines. That's one of the emails I've had. What's your answer to that?
Well, Alex and Adele both yesterday did receive a formal warning about discussing nominations. Obviously, it's not against the rules to bitch about people.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes a fine line. And so they were told that if they were warned formally that if they do this again, they will face a strike.
OK, brilliant. Thank you very much. We're going to open up the phone lines now. First up should be Kirsten from Barnstable. She'll just be over there if we just turn to her. Hello, Kirsten.
Hi there, Dermot.
How are you? You well?
Very well, thanks.
Excellent. Go for it.
OK, and my question is, on what criteria did you select the contestants for this year's show, Helen? And do you think you made a mistake in choosing Sunita and particularly Sandy?
Good question.
Well, it's very difficult because obviously we have lots and lots of people, and I'm sure loads of them would have been really good to watch. So what we had to go on was people that we thought we'd really like to watch for 9 weeks. And Sunita and Sandy, we thought and still think are really, really interesting people. You know, the house wasn't right for them. It's not a prison. They're free to leave if they want to.
Brilliant. All right there, Kirsten?
Yeah, thanks very much.
No worries. OK, next Lucy from Milton Keynes. We've only got about a minute left, so let's whisk through as many as we can. Lucy.
Hi, Dermot.
Go for it.
How do you decide what task to do and when, and why don't they last all week now?
Thanks, Lucy.
OK, well, last year the housemates didn't really care very much whether they won or lost the task. It was only a small percentage of their food budget if they won or lost. So we decided to make the tasks mean more by making them play for a lot of money, or the rich poor thing. And so they really care this year about the tasks, the Saturday tasks. Those are the weekly tasks that everything hangs on, and other things we just put in when we feel they need something to do.
OK. Unfortunately, that's about all we've got time for. I'm sorry, everyone that called in. Keep them coming in. Thank you very much, Helen, as well. And that is pretty much it from us today. The main task today is the puppeteering task. You have a chance to see that tomorrow on Big Brother's Little Brother, E4, 7 o'clock. I trust we'll be seeing you then. Take care.